CNN Scott Jennings destroys Tim Walz, calls him a buffoon on a free ride for running under Harris's coattails. That's exactly what's going on. In other words, he's a cuck. In other words, he's a soft and feminine male. Is definitely sus. He's like the epitome of a Democrat male. This is what they want, these soft ass men, and he definitely fits the bill. We gonna show some clips, show some of the weird stuff that he does. That's why they win. That's why they started calling conservatives weird. Remember that tagline for a while, they was calling conservatives weird. That's because it's classic projection. They didn't want us to call out the weird things that they do. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to show some clips. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. So follow me on those platforms as well. All right, so let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway Pundit from Jim Hoff. He reports that Tim Walz, the embattled governor of Minnesota, continues to face sharp criticism from all sides, and his latest public appearance hasn't done him any favors. Over the weekend, Walz attended the Michigan versus Minnesota football game in Ann Arbor, and what followed was a complete disaster for the struggling politician. As Walz's motorcade arrived at the stadium, Michigan fans braved the rain to deliver a message the Minnesota governor couldn't ignore. They say, "Get out of here." Walz was loudly booed by the crowd, underscoring how much he is disliked outside the progressive bubble. Normal people do not like them. They read through their bull crap. But the humiliation didn't stop there. Walz, often criticized for playing political theater, so fake, was again called out for pretending to be something he's not. Despite his repeated claims of military bravado, Walz has never served in special forces, yet he continues to don military hats, trying to bolster his political image. According to reports, real servicemen have asked him repeatedly to stop pretending. Like, yeah, I would never wear a special forces hat myself. I'm a veteran, but I was never in special forces. I'll wear my 354th Civil Engineering hat or something like that, or I would just wear a General Air Force hat or General Veteran hat or something like that. You know, I would not dare wear any special forces thing because I was never in special forces. And most military people, that's they rep what they were in. They don't try to pretend to be something that they weren't. But to make matters worse, cameras caught Walz in a bizarre moment, grabbing himself in a way that some have called immature and unbecoming of a governor. It may have been the only thing to make him smile that day. So let's check. Let me get to it. Let's check out this weird clip here. Here we go.
We're getting ready to vote.
Yeah. Look at that. This is a grown-ass man doing that in public.
We're getting ready to vote.
Yeah. A grown-ass man doing that in public. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But the real hammer came when CNN's conservative commentator Scott Jennings obliterated Walz during a panel discussion, labeling him a buffoon in one of the most brutal takedowns of the governor's career. So let's just get to that clip. Here we go.
24 kids.
Well, Walz is a buffoon. I'm sorry. This guy, he's the only school teacher in America who brags that none of his students can get into an Ivy League school.
I had 24 kids in my high school class, and none of them went to Yale.
He's had one.
Hold up. Hold up. I've never seen that clip myself. This is my first time seeing that clip. Who brags about that? Like, what? He said he's the only teacher that brags about not getting their students into Yale. Oh my gosh, like, this guy's so stupid. I agree, he is a buffoon.
Consequential press interaction with our Dana Bash, who asked him about the fabrications in his own resume, and his answer was essentially, me no understand words good.
My wife, the English she told me grammar's not always correct, but again,
I mean, is
yeah, that's a legitimate excuse. But he kept doing it. He kept lying about his valor. They ain't got nothing. That was just a stupid reason that he gave behind that.
He's a buffoon. He's on a free ride for running under Harris. He gets very little press. They don't let him talk to the press for a reason. I want one thing out of this debate. I want J.D. Vance to go out there and get under his skin. He has legendary hot, short temper. A lot of governors do, but apparently he does. I want J.D. Vance to go out there and have him explain why he is denigrating J.D. Vance's story. Small town America ends up making something better out of his life, which is something we should want for every kid. Walz is a buffoon.
Right. Like they said, because he became a hedge fund manager. I'm struggle talking today. Sorry, y'all. He was a hedge fund manager, whatever J.D. Vance was. He was successful. He went to a great school. He worked hard and made a lot of money because of it. And he came from nothing and made something out of himself. That is the American dream. Yet you got people like Tim Walz attacking that, saying like that's not a good thing that you are able to become successful from nothing, which is what everybody in America want, which is what the American dream is. They are literally attacking the American dream. So I agree with Jennings. Walz is a buffoon. He's an idiot. And I can't wait for this debate. I'm gonna try to make it and try to go live for that debate because J.D. Vance is going to wreck Tim Walz. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.